Can you talk to us about the transformation that Dell's gone through in the last 2 years? It was a great question. What is the best decision you've made in that time?
Well, we've made a lot of decisions in the last 7 or 8 months as I came back to the CEO role in the company. And, we've really been focusing on how do we bring back the customer centricity into Dell. I think, Dell is a company that's grown quite a bit, does a lot of things for a lot of customers around the world, but I think we lost some of that customer focus. So we've been working on bringing that back. There are certainly a number of, initiatives that are a focus for Dell in terms of improving the current business that we have, getting our costs back in line, but then more importantly, some big, kind of change vectors for us in the future. So, we've been building a new consumer business and growing the distribution of that business, coming out with, innovative products around that. We've been focused on the emerging markets and growing, growing in the emerging markets, put up new plants in India, in Poland, in Brazil, to grow and be better represented in those markets. Notebooks and mobility are a huge focus for us. We think the market's going to move even faster than Gartner's predicting to mobile and to notebooks, and so we're driving that heavily. Enterprise and the data center is a huge focus for us. We've been having great growth there, and that's virtualization. We see fantastic opportunities in whether it's in iSCSI SANs or cloud computing data centers, ultra-dense blade architectures, big focus there. And then small and medium business. And this is not to forget about sort of the core of Dell, which is really serving large commercial and institutional customers around the world, and continuing to move our business from a product focus to more of a solution focus.
Okay. In the process, I know one of the changes you made is that you brought in a lot of new leadership into the company from a lot of different areas. And again, that you seem to be transforming Dell in all these areas. The question I have for you is that how can our audience look to? I mean, what should they see as transformational? How will they know when Dell has reshaped itself, or how will they see these new engagement points from Dell?
Well, I think one of the things that we have really taken on is the idea of simplifying IT. And the reason we've done that is when we go out and talk to customers, we hear complexity is a huge issue for customers, and the legacy environments get stacked up. You have an application, you have an architecture, for each sort of part of a business, and ultimately you end up with a lot of companies spending 70% or more of their IT budget just on maintaining the old systems. And so we've really taken on this idea of how can we simplify IT, help customers free up money to go reinvent and reinvest in their business. So one of the things that we're actually introducing today is the first of what we call flexible computing strategies, and it's on-demand desktop streaming. So the way this works is you basically take the disk out of the client environment and stick it in the SAN and in a centralized data center. So all of your image management, all of your patches, all your security, all your image transitions are handled centrally. And so we don't see this as a solution for all customers. That's why we call it flexible computing. We think there are many different types of solutions. But this is the first step in a way to help customers simplify their environment, take cost out. We've also just today introduced an IT simplification self-assessment, where customers can go online, dell.com/simplify, and take a self-assessment to kind of see where their end-to-end infrastructure is and where the opportunities to simplify. And if they're interested, we have a service to kind of come in and do more of a detailed plan to help customers get there. So, we're moving the company more in the direction of solutions and services, certainly. And really taking on this idea, we see it as a 5-year focus for Dell to help customers simplify their IT organizations.